Zacchaeus. I'm going to give you a ripped up paper heart. How does that make you feel? Or would you prefer a new heart? Like this one, gems, sequins and all glittery and new. I know which one I would prefer. Zacchaeus to many seemed to have everything anyone could ever want. He wasn't an orphan, not a foreigner, nor poor. In fact, he was rich. He had lots of money, a house with a well-paid job as a tax collector, which meant that people had to give him money. Most people don't like giving their hard-earned cash away, especially to someone like Zacchaeus, as he asked for more than he was supposed to. As a result, he had no friends. He was an outsider in his own community. So Zacchaeus was as surprised as many others that day in Jericho when Jesus told him to come down from the sycamore tree, as he had invited himself to Zacchaeus' house for tea. There is a song about Zacchaeus which tells us that part of the story. It goes like this. Zacchaeus was a very little man, and a very little man was he. He climbed into a sycamore tree for the Saviour he wanted to see. And when the Saviour passed that way, he looked into the tree and said, Zacchaeus, please come down, for I'm coming to your house for tea. I'm coming to your house for tea. So no hiding from Jesus, even up in a tree. He knows exactly where we are. After spending some time with Jesus over tea, Zacchaeus had a change of heart with regards his wealth and his money. He was to give half of his possessions to the poor and give back 4 times the amount to those he had cheated. He had fixed his heart and changed the way he lived. From that day on, Zacchaeus gave generously, which transformed the way he lived. We can do the same and transform the way we live by giving generously. For some, this may mean giving money to a charity in another part of the world. Others will give money to a national cause. Some may decide to give locally to churches who are picking up the needs of the people within their parishes by running food banks, developing and running groups for all, including the church and the unchurched, and providing assistance through assemblies and being a much needed presence within our local schools. All of this requires funds. For others, it will be giving generous amounts of time to help a charity or church to fulfil their missions and goals and bring their whole community together. When it comes to helping others, God desires for you to take care of your family, your church, and those in need. How are you going to be stewards in this world that God has created for us? How are you going to give? So today's craft, we're going to put Zacchaeus in a tree. So you're going to be able to put Zacchaeus in the tree and you're going to be able to pull him down. So you can do your tree with anything you like. So I'm just going to quickly do the trunk. Now I'm using oil pastels today. And I'm going to do different colours. This is good if you've got any little ones, all the real little ones can do number 1s for their tree trunk. I'm just going to spread it around. There we go. And then the green for the tree. And I'm going to do number 3s all the way round. And spin the paper around as you do your number 3s in different colours. Ooh. It's a different green. Then the great thing with oil pastels is you can just blend it all in together. Keep the shape. Okay. Here we are. There's your tree. So I have a piece of blue tack, so what we need to do, we need to just put a hole in the tree. I'm going to use the pencil, so I'm going to put a hole in there. And a bit of blue tack just protects anything that you're working on. Now I have drawn a little man, and I've coloured him in both sides. So I've got the face on one side and then the back of his head on the other side. And I've attached a piece of string. So the string is going to go through the hole. And then just tie a knot in the back so you don't pull it all the way through. So then Zacchaeus can be pulled up the tree. You can turn him around. And then when Jesus tells him to come down from the tree, just put him down. There you go.